brings us to 8G, a review of council proposed agenda schedule. I don't think we have a staff presentation, right? We just chat about what we'd like to see.
Yeah, council may wish to include the subject of a retreat, as long as we're talking about schedules.
Okay. Councilmember Rossi?
Yes, I have two items I'd like to put on our agenda. One I'd like to get on as early as possible would be to take a look at creating city council districts and divide the city into electoral districts for council seats. And so I'd like to get that on for the earliest opportunity to give a staff presentation on that and discussion.
Okay. You want to go to your second one?
The second one is, I think, a little less urgent, but is to create a arts and culture district in downtown Burien and get that on our agenda for discussion and consideration, hopefully without too much delay.
The other was, I would like us to allow some time for the council to have discussion on the economic development scope, the kinds of information we'd be interested in having a consultant bring to us so that we can help our understanding of what are possible for economic development opportunities.
Yes, I don't know what it should have been on there, I'm sorry. I intended to bring that to you, but
Thank you.
make sure it's on there.
Councilmember Clark?
I was going to support discussing city council districts and the arts and culture, thinking that they should both be on the study session agenda so that we have a good amount of time to discuss those.
In the Arts and Culture District, I'm, from what I understand, that's it's, I don't know if it merits a full study session, so it'd be interesting to hear from staff. Does it merit a full study session? How much information is involved with that process? I would be comfortable discussing that at a regular meeting and getting that going as soon as possible. The economic development scope for the consultant would be very useful discussion, and seeing the study session in March on our proposed agenda schedule. Looking forward to that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd support having a discussion on what the RFP will be for economic development study. Also, if we're going to be discussing the form of government issue, I think it's important that we have those discussions, that we are going into our 20th year, that we also have a discussion on whether or not we want to keep our present form of government or perhaps go with an elected mayor. So I think that's really appropriate as part of that discussion. And also, another thing is we have a responsibility to make sure that our government continues to function no matter what happens. And I'm concerned that at present we don't have a succession plan if the city manager were to resign or be asked to leave. So I think it's important to have that in place. We have it in place for the mayor. Other organizations have that. It's part of the responsibility that we have as citizens. So I think that we should have a discussion about that next month.
I'd like to, one question like that, staff, so we already had a vote on the elected mayor issue. Is that something that can be brought up again?
Council wishes.
Okay. So I support Councilmember Robinson's request. I support Councilmember Becker's request. I would have supported a discussion of an elected mayor. Unfortunately, Councilmember Block brought that up without any advance notice to the public, without any advance notice to staff, and without any advance notice to council. So I think that discussion has already way that vote was taking place. I think it was disrespectful to the public to not give them an opportunity to comment on it. It was disrespectful to staff. It was a very poor way to attempt to make policy. And I hope that it won't be done in the future.
And I agree with the mayor that the elected mayor form of government is something that's been discussed and voted on very recently. And I don't think it's appropriate to spend time on it again this soon after it's already been defeated once.
Having been here for the discussion of the initial motion and then the discussion for the elected mayor, I feel that that issue has been discussed, it has been put to death. So I do not favor discussing that. I also do not favor discussing a secession plan until after we go through the process of the evaluation. So at that point in time, if we feel there is a need, then we could bring it back. But to do it before we do the evaluation is really putting the cart before the horse.
Okay, any further comments? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on then. And so,
Did council wish to comment all about the question of the retreat, the timing of the retreat?
yes, so do we want to try to reschedule the retreat? Councilor Watson here.
I think it's likely we will have Councilman Gilman present for at least a month, I guess.
Okay.
I was going to suggest maybe in the second or third week of March to make sure she's back and capable of holding.
I agree, we have all 7 council present for the retreat.
Yeah, I would support that in March too, and hopes that she might be able to join us. And that we will have 6. Okay, that's the direction we needed on that. So can we read it correctly? Troy Schmeil, I think.
Specifically, I want to address the Boulevard Park zoning change, and specifically in that I oppose items B27 and B30. I personally own, my wife and I, 2 of the 4 tax parcels that comprise B27 and own the one only tax parcel comprising B30. I oppose the zoning change for the following reasons. Number 1, both B27 and B30 have RM18 zoning on 2 sides and RM7200 zoning on 2 sides. This is what is normally known as a transitional zone between residential, which is RS7200, and higher density RM18. Most cities put transitional zoning between the residential zoning and the higher density zoning, just as it is today. Number 2, when the city did an annexation, including these 2 pieces of property I own, I went specifically to open houses and talked specifically to staff about any kind of down zoning or zoning change. I was told that no, it would not be rezoned, and I was told specifically, they mentioned the concept that this was a transitional zone. So R18, R12, R6. So why it's being changed now after I was told it would not be, I'm very concerned about. Number 3, I hope it's just an oversight, but I don't think it is. B27, which is my 2 parcels, there's 2 other parcels, and I think that person's here tonight also to speak, have approval from King County for a plat, which was transferred to the city and is grandfathered into the city. That is not mentioned anywhere in your paperwork. Also, I did not receive notification for your first set of open houses and meetings, which I raised my concern to the city back then. Hopefully they've got that figured out. But everything in it, including my zoning, what I've done with this is based on the current zoning. So if you change it, I'm in trouble. B30, your information sheet says is a vacant parcel. I've been trying to get approval from the city for almost a year. It says nothing in your paperwork. So either somebody's trying to hide it from you, or maybe you don't care, but it says it's vacant. It's not vacant. I'm working on a plat right now. In both cases, what I'm working on is not high density. It is small lot single family. And one thing that this city needs is more affordable housing. By doing small lot single family, I can make it more affordable for the average buyer. If you downgrade my property, I'm forced to go to bigger lots. You're gonna have big houses right next to RM18 apartments. I don't think that's appropriate. Thank you for your time.
JJ Connley.
My comment, complaint is graffiti in our area. I feel like I'm battling it on a daily basis. Burien is a complaint-only city, so for commercial properties and residential properties, unless somebody calls in and complains, they won't do anything about it. Sometimes it takes months for me to get graffiti off of areas, and it's just so frustrating and so discouraging. And I know that I've loaded a lot of graffiti on them, but I feel like it should be taken care of in a more timely fashion. You know, in our area, there's, you know, SeaTac and Port of Seattle, and I finally, after months of searching, found out who to specifically call for those places, and they can get their areas cleaned up quicker than we can. You know, and it's really frustrating. And an example, you know, I'm trying to get 14th cleaned up because it's Southern Heights. There's a crosswalk sign. I know there's a crosswalk sign there, and I always miss it. And so I was like, why am I always missing it? So I looked up, and we couldn't even see the crosswalks, the sign, you know, saying that there was a crosswalk. Well, I called and complained, because there was a complaint on the city. And, you know, they were out there, and it was all cleaned up the next day. And I feel like if they can get out there to clean up that pole and, you know, get their tools out to clear the sign, why can't they get out there and clear the graffiti that the kids have to walk by to school every day? And I don't know, that's just what I have to say. And I see that there's this waste management discussion thing. You know, they're part of the problem too. I think that 80% of the dumpsters in Burien are tagged with graffiti. And so I called them. They have to have a complaint from the owner. So then I'm talking to Jim Bibby, and Waste Management gives him cans of spray paint to paint their dumpsters, when I think it should be their, you know, issue to clean. They should have to clean that. So when you guys are discussing that, maybe that should be something in your contract, that they have to keep the dumpsters clean. You know, Big Lots over there, it's taped. I've complained since August. I've put in a complaint for that, and it's still there. So I don't know, that's what I have to say. I just hope that some kind of solution can be made. And, you know, if it's giving me a roller to do it and giving me the okay to go clean up the telephone poles and stuff like that, I would personally do it. But I just think that there's too many little hoops that I have to go through to get that brush in my hand, because it's somebody's job I'm taking away, you know? And that's another thing too with the telephone poles. You know, they don't know who they belong to. And then I think to myself, in the case of emergency, so then they're going to be debating whose telephone poles are whose to get up. So that's kind of a concern with our city too, that, you know, they're trying to put the blame on everybody else, I think.